The controversial mayor of Toronto, Rob Ford, is set to return to office this Monday after a stint in rehab for alcohol and drug abuse. He disappeared from the limelight in June, that following a series of very high-profile scandals. Let's speak now. Let's go to Toronto and speak to Stephen D'Souza from CBS News. So, Stephen, he was pictured smoking crack cocaine, allegations of him being drunk, all sorts of stuff. So the question is he a changed man? Does anybody know?
That is the million-dollar question, I think, that everybody in Toronto and probably around the world really wants an answer to. And we may get some answers and perhaps some insight when he comes back to City Hall tomorrow afternoon. He is set to hold a news conference. And what's interesting is he's going to hold a news conference, but he's not going to take any questions from the media. So he's going to make a short statement, and even the media that are going to be allowed in to hear this statement is being very tightly controlled. Some media outlets are being excluded. Others, like ours, are only allowed one reporter, myself, and a cameraman. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he has to say. His brother, who is a fellow councillor as well as his campaign manager, says that he is a changed person. He's lost a lot of weight, and the people of Toronto and the world are going to see a very different Rob Ford.
Was it quiet at City Hall while he was away?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Was it quiet at City Hall while he was in rehab?
Oh, definitely. It was a complete changeover at City Hall. A lot of people described the atmosphere around him as a bit of a circus, really, and that probably is an understatement. And when Rob Ford left, I mean, a lot of that circus disappeared and business at City Hall continued. And what's interesting is that he had his powers, a lot of his mayoral powers, removed back in November. So he really was just a mayor in ceremony only. And so while he did go to a number of events, having that media circus around him and still so many unanswered questions about the numerous scandals around him really did follow him everywhere he went. And so when he did go into rehab, that sort of quieted things down. So there's been a bit of a pause in terms of the Rob Ford circus, but it's all set to begin again tomorrow.
We've got just 30 seconds left on our programme. Will he be re-elected in October, do you think?
From covering Rob Ford over the last number of years, I've learned never to underestimate him and never to say never. He has survived scandals that would put most politicians really out of a job. So you never count anything out with Ford, although most polls show that he only has a base amount of support and no more than that.
Stephen D'Souza, thanks very much indeed. That's Stephen D'Souza from CBS News on the return this Monday of Rob Ford, controversial mayor of Toronto. Bye-bye for now.
Hello. The weekend showers are fading away and temperatures are falling away. It's going to be a fresh start to the